look like there was much going on. Their cohesiveness wasn't really there. Their game plan, it was okay, but the moment things started to go wrong, it sort of started to fall apart. So hopefully we'll see some improvements here in game number 2 and a bit more ability to turn this game around if things start to go wrong, or maybe they'll just win it from the start. I mean, to be honest, if I was Thunder Predator, I think I'd be thinking really hard about how you can just kind of snowball this game. Choose a carry which does a lot of damage and just kind of find a way to cannonball yourself through game number 2, because game number 1 was looking pretty rough. I mean, and the fact they did have a good laning phase proves that they can beat Business Associates in the laning phase if they bring the right heroes to it. But they just need to make sure they can then carry that victory through. And I think Spectre's not the hero to do that with. It just slowed them down a bit.
10 seconds.
I felt if they had something more active, like a Troll Warlord or something along those lines, they would have been able to play faster and they would have been able to put more pressure and punish the Sven for going for this greedy Midas build. Get on him get on top of him sooner. But that didn't happen. That was really not the game plan for Thunder Predator. You do well with the game, you start gaining momentum, and then you have to wait for your Spectre to finish the Radiance. And once they did manage to find Radiance Aegis eventually, it was still awkward. It was still a struggle, and they didn't gain enough, and in the end it started to crumble down around them. So, game number 2, we're going to start things off with the exact same opening Business Associates with the Lion, Thunder Predator with the Ember, and they haven't actually banned out the Sven this game either, so they're not going to be trying to play into that one. And actually, BA is just going to straight up reveal their 2 opening picks. They've got the Lion and they've got the Treant, and they're ready to go. A lot of lockdown between these two, a decent amount of team fight, and basically the ability to push out waves. We've seen this Treant do in the past as well. Meanwhile, Thunder Predator, we're waiting for their second pick. Steven, you like this opening of Lion Treant?
Well, it's quite defensive. I do think it's nice. I did like the Mirana a lot more from from BA last game, because it allowed them to have this hero who can remove the pressure from Thunder. I felt like the Mirana running around catapulting arrowing the catapult slowed down a lot of their tempo. I do think that Thunder were playing very aggressively in game 1, but they didn't have the opportunity to take towers as quickly as they would have liked to and build up that tempo. But I do, like you said, Troll Warlord would have been a much better hero in that game than, say, the Spectre, who just didn't have any impact going to the late game. Like, Spectre versus Sven matchup, it just doesn't feel good, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think like the stats this tournament are interesting to look at as well. Like the teams which are picking the same heroes over and over, like the very meta heroes, aren't actually doing that well. I mean, Spectre's one of the few exceptions, but like Wyvern, for example, only has a 33% win rate, has been played 9 times. Void Spirit, he's down at 37.5% win rate, has been played 8 times. Lena, 42%. Phoenix is down at 28.5%, having 7 games play on them. So, it's just like these heroes which are the most popular seem to be having the least impact because people seem to know how to play around them. Meanwhile, if you're picking up heroes like the Sven, you're throwing curveballs. I feel like there's a lot of good heroes which still aren't being played right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the Sven came out, they didn't think about like warding up the Ancients, maybe putting sentries in that area, blocking the camps, making the opponent's support go there to reward it, and things like that. So
the classic ways to counter a Sven, they just weren't doing. They seem to have forgotten.
Because you don't remember it. Exactly. This hero has not been around for a very long time, so it's a lot more difficult for you to think about how to counter it properly. And now, on the side of Thunder, they're going to ban out the Sven. If they left Sven in with a Nature's Prophet, that would have been such an easy game. For BA at least. So this time around, Naga, Sven, banned out. You know what I think BA is gonna pick? Here, hear me out, okay? Hear me out.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, hit me up with the 5-head plays.
Position 1, Magnus. He's gonna empower himself. He's gonna stay in the lane. He's gonna just shove the lane out like he does with Sven. He's gonna farm the jungle. He's gonna farm a bunch of stacks, and then he's gonna come into the fight with a BKB. Echo Saber, Silver Edge later.
So basically,
dagger, he's gonna go in.
You guys banned Sven, so we're gonna pick Rhino Sven instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Genius.
And I do believe that Magnus might even be the fastest farmer if you just let him be, because he gets twice the effect from Empower, and that is better than Great Cleave, right?
Yeah.
Of Sven's, and on top of that, he has a way to lock people down through BKB. He can hit multiple heroes with his ultimate.
I'm sold, dude. Mag's just better Sven.
Yeah. Let's see. This is what my mind was thinking of when I imagined Sven being banned out, them not taking their first phase, and now Nature's Prophet out for Thunder.
Interesting. Could be a good pick. Let's see what they go for, though. I mean, it has been popular in high MMR games, right? The Magnus. It's seen a bit of play.
Yep.
Bit of daylight.
Yep. It's been seeing some more play lately compared to last patch when there was Zoo. When there was Zoo, it was impossible for Magnus to play because you just lost all your towers so quickly, and you were defending your tier 3s. But now that Zoo's out of the meta, a lot of these slower heroes have been more useful. Ooh, Venge. Okay. Got some auras going. Some minus armor. Okay. Not terrible.
Not terrible. I mean, I'm a little bit sad about this Ember Spirit Prophet opening, though. You know, it gives you good wave presence, which I think is what they're looking for now. After that first game, they felt pushed in the entire game, and they didn't have enough map presence. But I don't know. I don't think Prophet's the way to go. I just don't think this hero is fantastic right now. Oh my god! What a call!
There you have it. You should see my face right now, but you can't. But I got a smug look right here, alright? Who called this 5-head play, bro? Magnus.
Very
the
good
replacement of Sven.
The first Magnus pick of the tournament. Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, you guys ban our Sven, we pick Rhino Sven. Simple as that. Alrighty, so, Thunder Predator, you got to work into this one now. What do you do to counter a mag?
Yo, you gotta go fast. You gotta go real fast. You gotta get heroes who can push down towers. You gotta get heroes who can battle. Leshrac, something like that could be interesting. So you get that Diabolic Edict. Jakiro is not bad anymore. Game 1 they picked Jakiro, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't pick Jakiro here. I mean, it's the perfect time to pick Jakiro, actually. They're going with the Lina. Okay, Lina's not terrible because she can always get the lanes out. And if you see the Magnus enter any fights, you got the Yules. You can try to break his Blink RP combo with that. You got very long range. I like the Lina. I like the Lina. But they think this is going to be a Magnus position 2. But in reality, it's going to be a Magnus position 1. That's what they don't know on side of Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, it can be either, but I imagine since I've seen the Lina now, they're like, yeah, no, we're going to stick him in the safe lane. We don't want Mag to lane into Lina.
Mm-hmm. Eternal Envy is definitely going to pick something that can counter this Lina in the mid lane, though. I just hope it's not Templar Assassin. I would feel really bad if it was a Templar Assassin.
Why is that? Surely we just get munched by Ember, right?
Well, it's terrible, I think, with Magnus, first of all. And then also she needs to farm Ancients, and I think Magnus position 1 would like to farm Ancients, so... No, they want something more agile anyway. They want something more front-footed. The Void Spirit could be an option for them again if they want to rock that one up. What else? Is Death Prophet still in the game? I think Death Prophet's still in the game. That'd be a good option, I think. Well, they might want to pick something melee to go along with the Empower, but to be honest, probably not. Like you don't really care too much about empowering other heroes if you're the Magnus. Just for the extra damage, but like in terms of actually helping them farm, like if you're the one position, then you just do your own thing. Exactly. I mean, all he really needs is his support to go and stack some camps so he can amplify his levels. The moment he's like level 8 or 9, he can just go and farm ancient stacks even if need be. Oh, I like that one. This one is much better. Much better pick. I mean, he also played in game 1. He felt very comfortable for Eternal Envy, and Void Spirit can utilize Empower. Right, he doesn't mind getting that extra damage.
He can, for the helps with Astral Step
and
as well.
Right, and he can also help Thunder's presence in BA's jungle.
5 seconds remaining.
Because he can fight very easily, very low cooldown skills.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, I mean, can struggle in lane a little bit versus the Lina if it is Lina mid, but I think this Lina might be a support and the Ember might be at mid. We'll see. But Thunder Predator are happy with Ember being played by Matthew as well, aren't they?
I kind of like Ember as a 4 this game, and then the Lina as a 2. Because the Ember as a 4 can actually invade jungle and leech XP and
plant deep vision,
5 seconds
where the Lina
remaining.
can't do that. Right?
Radiant
So
team
Lina
back.
middle will also give you faster levels to be able to push lanes out, which is what you need against Magnus, so you can actually start pressuring towers. The NP at the position 1 would be really nice as well. So you got a position 1 and 2 NP Lina. Then the Venge Aura will also be very effective. Then you can play a
10
really
seconds
fast game
remaining.
with the Ember at the 4. And these guys, especially South American teams, they love playing
5
Ember at the
seconds
4.
remaining.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of fun with it. I sometimes doubt its effectiveness, but there are some games where you can get away with it, especially if the enemies have pretty bad
Player
traders, and I
team
think that's
back.
what Lion is, to be honest. He's not like an amazing trader. Neither is... I mean, Tree's pretty good, but just doesn't really have the range. Doesn't really have any spells to throw at you other than Nature's Grasp. It's a bit awkward, I would say. I guess he does now, actually. I'm thinking of old Tree.
Radiant
Either
team
way. We have some bans coming out. The Morphling and the Anti-Mage ban dealt by Business Associates. Meanwhile, Thunder Predator, they're going to get rid of the Underlord and the Mars. So what do these bans indicate? I mean, Business Associates clearly don't want to be playing into a hard carry, and Thunder Predator clearly don't want to be playing into any of these big burly offlaners, so might find
10
themselves against a
seconds
Centaur here.
remaining.
Whatever Brax feels like, really.
5 seconds remaining.
Centaur could be interesting. I think maybe they want something a little bit faster than a Centaur. Centaur kind of needs to sit in his lane for a really long time.
Dire
They're
team
no bats. Oh, definitely getting out of ban. Necrophos. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, it's not like one of those Necro games you're like, dang, this is a good Necro game. It's definitely like a mediocre Necro game, I'd say.
Yeah,
You've got the Laguna Blade to be scared of, and the Ember
Right,
Spirits,
right.
Flame Guard. So
10
whenever you pop Ghost Shroud,
seconds
it's just going to be a little bit, a little bit
5
tense,
seconds
a little bit
remaining.
maybe tensing yourself for that.
I mean, I wanted the last hero to be something mobile, right? Something that can like move around with the Void Spirit. And Necrophos isn't really that hero. Now, Void Spirit can technically
Where's-
play with the Necrophos, and they
Yeah.
can create like this big wall together. But it just I'm not really digging the Necrophos that much at the moment. They're gonna go with the Gyro pick. Okay. Yo, this is a +1 mag, man. If there was ever a game for it, bam! There you have it, baby. There you have it. Magnus, position 1, by Moo. He's gonna go ham. He's gonna eat up some creeps with that juicy Empower.
Rhino Sven. That's all it is. It's Rhino Sven. Alrighty, let's get into this game. So based on these drafts, who do you think has the advantage, Steven?
I'm gonna have to go with BA, man. They picked another curveball into Thunder, and I'm not sure how well they play against curveballs. We saw last game they weren't really sure how to execute or how to shut down the Sven. So this is gonna be another one of those situations, especially with Frank going into the offlane with that NP. Magnus is not gonna have a problem against that. He's just gonna
He's gonna love that, actually.
right click those creeps down. That's all that's gonna happen in the top lane, and then he's just gonna go jungle. Now, Leo style on the Lina, though, I think the whole game lies on Lina here.
Yeah.
She needs to have an absolutely beast of a game, start pressuring things out, play with the Venge or the Ember, get into the enemy jungle, and then give a lot of space for the Gyrocopter to farm up. And then he's got to make sure he's going to be able to, cancel some Magnus RPs with his Yules and such, and then also shut down the Necro. I mean, there's too much, actually, for Leo style to do in this game. But if there's somebody who can do it, it is this man.
Yeah, you gotta look out for it. Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 2 between Business Associates and Thunder Predator. And you know what? I think I'm putting my weight behind the Business Associates in this one. As much as I want Thunder Predator to win and bring it to a third game, I'm just thinking this Magnus looks like an amazing pick this game. And I'm not super sold on the Gyrocopter hero just yet. Not yet. I'm hoping I can be proved wrong,
thing-
but it just feels
So, when the Magnus hits our Black King Bar, there's nothing Thunder can do against that. There's no counter to it. So whenever he gets to the BKB, he's got that Blink Dagger. Whoever he RPs is essentially gonna die apart, unless Bench swaps them out, right? So that is a big weakness on the side of Thunder, and that's why they're gonna be on a timer in this game.
yeah, they could sprout him if he doesn't have a Quelling Blade. That's about it. And he's probably just gonna skewer through that as well. So yeah, I mean, definitely problems with that BKB usage, but hopefully the swaps are going to be on point. Maybe MJZ just sacrifices himself, blinks onto a cliff and then swaps back. that actually a thing? Because I remember for a long time, swap gave you free movement for like 2 seconds afterwards, right?
Free movement, like you can run
Yeah.
down stuff. That was meant for when you get swapped onto hills and things.
Yeah, can you still do that now, or?
Dude, you're asking me things that may have already been changed a very long time ago, but I think it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I play a lot of Venge, and I haven't experienced that.
You haven't been buying blink daggers and getting on cliffs and clipping people?
That used to happen when people used to grief one another. Like they would pick like Pudge and hook somebody to the hill, like your allies.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't get down anymore. And the same thing with the bench swap. That's why they did that. But it doesn't work on your opponents, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Never mind. Well,
like you want your opponents to be stuck on cliffs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a way to counter the mag. Get him on a cliff and hope he doesn't have skewer ready.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You're going real. You're stretching this real far.
I am. Yeah,
to find a way to deal with.
Hey man, it got us through the pause. Okay, it fulfilled its duty. Matthew, gonna see Envy here, the two Spirit brothers.
So it's a really good play by Thunder to try and contest the Mag's farm this game. They're actually gonna trial in bottom. I think this is very good. If they actually put the Nature's Prophet against the Magnus, it would have been a complete disaster. This Mag wouldn't even be phased by the NP. He could kill the Trents super easily, and I think Necrophos against Jaro is also a pretty decent lane for BA in the top. So now all of a sudden he's going to be getting tri-laned, and if BA tri-lane back, then the Mag will be a bit under-leveled, which is not what he wants. He wants to be super fast leveling in this bottom lane, like as much solo XP as he can, because the moment he gets level 7, he just wants to go straight into the jungle.
Yeah, max out that Empower and start hitting yourself some creeps. Recently, the Empower damage was rescaled from 10, 15, 20, 25 to 11, 18, 25, 32. So this is a significant power up as to what it used to be. You definitely feel it when you're playing the hero. So of course, Magma receives... does he receive... Yeah, he receives 2 times the bonus damage as well as a cleave, right? Yeah, he does. So pretty pleasant.
He has so much damage. Look at his damage. He has 76 plus a Quelling Blade that gives him 15. Pogs. Easy last hits. But there's 3 heroes down here, and Fear's gonna most likely die.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. Oh, nice skewer back onto MJZ though. Is that going to be able to bring him down? He needs one more right click if he wants to kill him. And a nice block in from Matthew is going to save MJZ here at the very least. Oh, close to being beautiful from Moo, but unfortunately he didn't quite land it. Stun out now onto Moo as well. There's a lot of damage coming out from Matthew and MJZ, and yeah, I mean, Moo's just not being allowed out from his towers. MZ just kind of free farms in the lane. This isn't what they wanted. This was not what they were looking for the start of this map.
No, it's not. Especially with the Magnus getting Charlie. Now he's going to TP top. I feel like he should have done this much earlier. Get the musical chairs going, because the Mag needs all the levels, all the farm you can get if you're going to play him at the position 1. Oh, Frank!
Man, Fear. He is not getting a chance to play Dota right now. Every time he tries to go for this pull or anything like that, he's going to get run down. Meanwhile, Frank will fall to Moo. So he moves up to the top lane and finds that kill. Meanwhile, middle into Envy, also dropping low to Leo style, as there's aggression coming out across the map here. But Thunder Predator with a really, just a phenomenally good start to this laning phase.
For sure. This is going to be extremely stressful for NB especially. He's down to 4 last hits versus the Lena's 13. He's getting absolutely demolished. You know what it is about these SA guys? When they're pushed against the wall, that's when they really show up. You know, that's what I love about them. Like, they see this Magnus, they're like, yo, we ain't losing to this Magnus, boy. And then they just turn it up. That's what's happening in this game right here. They don't want to go to a loser bracket either, and I love this. If they get away with this laning stage, you know how they're doing it right now, this mid game is going to look real painful for BA.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about Gyrocopter as well, is that if he does have a free time, and if he is the strongest hero in the game, you cannot fight this guy. He does so much damage, and now, oh, look at what's making here, MJZ. going in as the Rocket Barrage comes in as well, and Snake King is going to lose his life to MNZ. No one can turn up to this bottom lane right now. Nobody.
Yep. And dude, Braxis delegated himself into the support. He's just sitting top, babysitting the Meg.
Fighting with fear for last hits. This is where you're placed now,
Brax.
Brax.
The problem. You have like Necro on your team, who's kind of a liability core in this situation, so he can't even go bottom and just chill there. Because if he dies once or he TP's down there and dies, he can't get back into a lane. And it's really easy to kill a Necro too at this stage in the game.
Yeah, Brax, he's going to try and survive down here, but if they jump him, he is going to be in trouble. Meanwhile, Matthew rotates in towards the mid lane. Doesn't result in a kill onto Envy, but getting him low once again here. He's got that salve, but Matthew, he's just going to threaten with the Sleight of Fist, which means that Envy actually can't salve until this Ember Spirit is gone.
Oh boy! Oh
god, that was close.
Woo. Yeah,
Jesus.
dude, Envy is getting slapped in this mid lane by Leo style.
Yeah. There's just too much damage. His Resonance Policy doesn't even help out much at all either, because Leo style so much of his damage is magical.
Frank top solo kill.
Ooh, trying to find him. Moo will bring him down. Moo does not want to lose this game. He wants to get hold of this laning phase. Matthew's come up here as well to try and help out. Meanwhile, Fear, he's not interested. Oh, the Treant's blocking Moo in a little bit here, but they do actually get a bit confused.
Oh my goodness,
they got it. He's been a bit busy with the micro, actually. He could have blocked him in a couple of times, but keeps moving them around and giving Moo a way out. Matthew, well, he's going to be able to finish the job, but Frank's going to come in and at least cancel the TP and drops down Treants. Right clicks are there along with the Sprout. Can they finish the job, though? No, they've got the chains. Just about gets it off, but Fear comes in with the two-man stun, but the right click is there from the Nature's Prophet, and they will kill Moo eventually.
That was actually so terrible for Moo. Even though he got that kill on Frank, he did not hit a single creep during that duration after the kill. So he would have farmed way more had he just focused on creeps and actually chasing that Nature's Prophet down. So very, very bad start for Moo here. But he's still looking to get that level up, maybe get to at least level 5 before he moves into the jungle.
Nice dodge from Envy in the middle lane as the pressure comes out on them, but Brax is not going to be so lucky in the bottom lane. And they're looking towards snaking as well here, but MNZ, he's got bigger priorities. He's got creeps to farm, not heroes to kill.
Damn, this game is looking hella impressive by Thunder here. They're going to play so aggressively on this map with this early game lead that they built up. This Nina is insane too.
Yeah, like, you don't want to lose the laning phase this hard to Thunder Predator. They are not going to let up on you. I'm scared for them right now. Let's see what they can do, though. Here comes a stun onto Moo. Magnus Aguna Blade comes out as well. The right clicks will bring him down. Moo is dead. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me.
That's such a big kill, man. The position 1. That's his second death already, and he also TP'd out. So it's going to be on cooldown when he revives.
Middle tower is under attack.
They've lost all 3 lanes on the side of BA.
Yeah, it's a really going to be a really rough journey back to into this game if Business Associates can even do that. Well, mid.
You know, I'm really beginning to like these aggro challenges. They feel like even the game where Beast Coast lost, the aggro challenge went very well.
It did look good, yeah. It did look good.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Prod snaking. He's just trying to get XP down here in the bottom lane. You know, he just wants some creeps. That's it. And not even creeps. He'll take the XP if he can get it. Frank's actually coming to the trees though. They do have the Sprout to see him, but unfortunately the Venge's not near enough to land the stun. So snaking's gonna continue being okay. But Frank, he's really here to push the tower. That's all he really wants. TP in here. Who's that coming on over? It's Envy. He's looking to fight this right now. MJZ going to be the target. Might be able to bring him down, but the stun comes out. Now the cooldown landing onto Envy as well and be able to finish off MJZ. But this cooldown's going to finish off Snaking. Now Envy looking to be the target, but Brax comes in from the side with the Reaper's Scythe to kill off MNZ. It's a desperate play from Business Associates, but it looks like it's kind of worked out here. Brax is still taking a ton of damage, and Frank might be able to run him down, but Frank does actually have the Ghost Shroud and the Death Pulse. And the Fairy Fire, actually. He's got full health here. He's just
magic
playing.
Wand too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's debating Frank. Frank also got 15-6 though. They're both debating each other. Just gonna let him up. Okay, what's Mag up to? He's moved himself to the mid area. He's got a Power Treads flying out. There's no stacks. there's one stack on the big camp here. It's just so annoying for BA because of the aggro try. Just ruined all their ideas of how they were gonna lane in this game. But they are gonna try to stabilize here. It's just so hard to stabilize after losing 3 lanes though.
Yeah. It is. It's a big tough order to follow. But I mean, it's a test for business associates though, right? Like if they can come back from this one, they are gonna look mighty scary in those grand finals.
For sure. Another stack coming out from Mu here. That's gonna help him catch up a bit. Just gonna get that level 7, level 4 in power quite soon. Envy feels so bad, man. 24 assets.
He's got it. Level 4 reached. Level 7 reached, sorry. And max in power. Alright, so now there is actually a threat on the board, you know? Magnus has basically has a Battle Fury, you know? This is an AM with a Battle Fury, minus the blink, kind of. Maybe I'm clutching at straws here, but still, I mean, there's something which the Predator need to do now to try and play into them. Unfortunately, they're not holding off with their aggression currently, and Snaking is going to get dropped here, and a rocket thrown away from Brax in the process. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, they bring down Fear as well, put pressure onto the tier 1. Yeah, this is SA Dota. There is no chill time, there is no relax time, there is no farm time. As in goes Envy onto Leostyle, going to cut through him twice here, and now an RP comes out from Magnus, dropped down the side, so down goes 2 heroes. Leostyle and MGZ are in the grave, and now great rather now from Envy on top of MNZ here, but MNZ is going to be able to make it back. He is tanky enough to survive this one, and they are out of spells. But a huge turnaround for Business Associates in the middle lane as they're managing to bring down that Lina.
That was really, really big. The point of attack from Thunder was really bad. They need to actually go like this if they want to be able to get the mid tower. Going over here by the top rune just gave such a nice opportunity for BA to just come in with their Necro and the Magnus, drop both the ultimates. It's going to give a little bit of breathing room, but at the same time, as soon as Thunder's alive, they're going to run straight back to the mid tower, right? There's no other way for BA to defend this tower anymore since the RP and the Scythe is on cooldown. At least they should run back to the mid tower and take that tower.
Yeah, definitely. It's the last tier 1 to take, and the most important one as well. And with RP down, there is no more threats, really.
Moo's going for that Echo Saber. He's about 1,200 off from it. Envy's trying his best to defend this as much as he can. They also have the Trent healing up the mid here. Catapult, not quite yet dead.
Oh my god, look at Ube coming down onto the Void Spirit here, but he's actually going to be able to dodge the triple rhythm from Matthew.
Nice swap.
As Envy will go down on the same. They'll get MJZ in response. Leostyle managing to limp out of this fight just about. And Moo trying to play on the front lines here, but he's rooted up. Does survive. Again, they defend the tower.
Big. Dude, that was such a big swap onto the Lina. Because if they got the Lina there and defended the mid tower on the side of BA, that was an insane hold.
And it's still good, but yeah, Lina not going down, definitely not as good as it could have been. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, MNZ just laying some damage into Snaking. Snaking going to limp back under that tower. I mean, that's the thing, though. They do have a tree. You know, this hero is actually going to make a big difference to how this game's going to play out, because he's the one who can just push down lanes with the Nature's Graph. He can defend from the Gyrocopter, from the Nature's Prophet, and stop the split push from putting too much pressure on the tier 2 towers without meaning that any of the big heroes have to be out of the fight.
Fear? Rip.
I don't know, he gets off the 2-man
Not quite yet, actually.
Moo's waiting. He's got RP. Oh, he doesn't go for it.
He's not going to go in there.
He might still want Matthew, but yeah, Matthew throws out the sleight of fist. Feels something is wrong and force.
Oh, he gets a courier instead.
Casual.
So Brack's going to do the offlaner thing, sit in the mid lane, try to defend the tower as much as he can, but this is a big commitment coming off from Thunder.
No, this is it. The tower's gone now. Even though they have the RP, they realize that they just need some farmless Magnus. They can't throw everything into defending his tier 1 tower, so they'll finally let it go. The tower will go, as will Brax in the mid lane. And Thunder Predator have taken every single out of tower at 12 minutes 30. It's going to be hard for Business Associates from here on out, as it wasn't hard before. Although Snaking's just playing down here in the suicide lane, just constantly spamming out his Nature's Graph. I would actually prefer it if he... I don't know, Nature's Grasp or Living Armor. What do you level up this game? He has chosen the Living Armor.
Yeah, he just wants that to make sure the towers are alive. It's not even to use it on his allies. He just wants to make sure the tier 2s and everything just keep delaying the game out. But soon he will be maxing out the Nature's Grasp so he can be able to push up the lanes better.
This is what I don't like about BA's draft, right? Like Necrophos is already a greedy core. Then you also had a greedy support in the Lion. What you want to play with is mag carry is very, very selfless heroes who don't need a whole lot of experience or farm for
Radiant's
that
bottom
matter,
tower
but
is
are
under
capable of
attack.
fighting, so they can just create a shield for the Magnus. This game they're having a really difficult time creating a shield because this Lion wants to play behind people. So does the Trent Protector. I mean, Trent is not that bad, but the Lion though, you know, is
Dire's middle
not
tower
feeling it,
is
that's
under
for sure.
attack.
No, he's not. He's not. Echo Saber now finish on the Magnus though, and they're going to go for a little smoke down to the bottom lane with this RP. Maybe they can find something. Snaking, he's trying his best to bait this one right now, and Hitchy Pump thinking the Overgrowth forces Thunder Predator to actually back themselves out. I'm not sure if that's the best play here, but they're going to go for the wraparound here. Matthew could be in some trouble, but in comes Moo, goes for the 3-man RP, but the stun actually lands on the Lina, so he can't get up his damage straight away. He's doing a decent amount, but he's also taking a ton of damage himself as well. Moo will drop, Matthew with the buyback, wants to come into this one. Meanwhile on the sideline, Spear going for the TP, but Light Striker really lands, and Leo Star will bring down 2, and that is 3 heroes total dead on the side of Business Associates.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Mag, you were so close to being amazing until it just wasn't. I mean, where was Envy? I feel like the Envy should have been on top of that one.
And he couldn't get in there. He already used both his Astro Steps and all his spells. So all he could have done was walk in there and right-click once, but he would have also died.
Dire's
Yeah.
middle
So he
tower
just
is
backed
under
off.
attack.
That was just such a disaster from
Radiant's
BA because you
bottom
can't
tower is under
stretch
attack.
a gank like that.
No.
You can't use double Astro Steps, miss your Aether Remnant, and then still commit to the fight. The moment that happens, you gotta back off
Dire's
already.
structures are
Because the opponent is going to have ample time to react, and then this MP just TP'd in with a mech, healed up his Ember Spirit and the Gyrocopter, and they barely killed the Ember. They committed all the ultimates, and all they got was this position for Ember Spirit. Oh, check this Ancients, bottom. Oh, wow, delicious. Delicious.
Gyrocopter is having the game which Moo would have really liked right about now.
Yum, 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 yum. Exactly. For example, Lina for BA would have been nice. That's something that could have bought a lot of time, you know, not have a weak lane as well.
Fear just belly flopped into the middle lane. Dies again. Currently 0 and 6 on the line right now.
Brax does have a pipe now. Wonder what is next. He's gonna go Guardian Greaves. He needs a mech in this game. Something like that. Moo doesn't quite have his Blink Dagger yet. He needs another 1,000 gold still. Having a hard time finding a place to farm, I suppose.
Oh, meanwhile,
No
Leo
mission up on the
style,
map.
he's got the boots traveled on mules. Feels pretty strong about fighting everybody in the game right now. 5 and 1. Frank is 5 and 3 on the Nature's Prophet. Having an absolute war of a game heading in towards the pipe, which is going to be out soon. Probably going to
Surprised,
match Brax's time with that one. Or, no, actually, Brax already has his, but...
And bye bye. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh?
He's out. The
Oh?
madman's out.
Yeah, I mean, Ember had the
Okay.
random right next to him, but didn't pop it.
I mean, the Nature's Prophet didn't even TP for that either.
Dire's
Maybe
top
it
tower
could have helped with the Sprout or something on Envy, just to see where he is. But yeah, I was gonna say I'm
Snaking
surprised.
bottom lane. Leo Star's on top of him. Look at who's going to come down. See you later, buddy.
Just Moon's not farming the Ancients area. He kind of like ran away like this while Envy was being chased, but maybe he could have finished his blink if he was farming them. Things are really slowing down for BA, man. They're not sure where they need to be.
I mean, did things ever speed up for them?
He's out.
You cannot slow down if you never sped up in the first place, unfortunately. MJZ and MNZ, 2 MZ brothers on the search. Fit, he's gonna get a little homing missile thrown at his face. This is so nice as well. Frank just like TPing in on the homing missile location, knowing exactly where the lion's gonna be when it hits, and blowing him up accordingly. Fear with his 7th death of the game.
Dire's
Meanwhile, down
middle
at bottom,
tower is
Envy
under
once
attack.
again trying to play here. Unfortunately, he is being chased pretty hard, and Leo Style actually catches him with the Light Strike array, but Leo Style is out of mana. Void Spirit might be able to get himself out here. Let's see, he's got to dissimulate, he can get across the cliff if he wants to. Ooh, okay, maybe trying to stretch that one a little bit too far, but nice
What?
Duke. Hello, sir.
Radiant's
He's going to get out
bottom tower
again.
is under attack.
Okay, space created. Brax on the other hand, not gonna be so lucky.
He's good, dude. He's good. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Oh, he died. Shock. Uh-oh. Double damage. Roshan's
Roshan.
waiting. If you ever want an invitation into Roshan, this is certainly it. All right. Moo, you know, you've been training your whole life for this moment. You got the Blink Tag, you got the RP. Go on, son. Make it happen.
Don't think he's got
the
the
dream
damage
Roche
to do
steal.
it.
The Rampage Roche steal. It's the way to turn this game around. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that because he's not an idiot, probably.
Is this why you're stuck at 4K, Nomad?
Yeah, you know I'm already good in that pit. I'm throwing my life in for that one. You miss 100% of the Roche you don't try to take. And you miss 99.9% of the Roches you do try to take, so... Then be some maths. MNZ starting to knock down this top wave. He's got himself an Aghanim Scepter, a Yasha, I believe that's a Sanj coming out. Table to courier it is. Oh, it certainly is. Frank as well, buffing him up. He's got that pipe, he's got the mech. He's helping out his team and helping out his gyro. Such an unstoppable force right now. He's ramming his face up this bottom wave right now, trying to at least take a tier 1 in response. I mean, it'd be something, wouldn't it? Team trying to farm up. I mean, they're not as far behind as they could be, but...
What do you mean? It's 10,000 gold 90 minutes in. They're very far behind.
They're very far behind, but I mean, they could be 11k goal behind at 19 minutes.
That's true.
It could always be worse.
Yeah. I have $100. I could have $101. That is true.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That is true. This is not looking like the Magnus game they were hoping for. That's for sure. And this all started because of the tri-lane, right? I mean, if they TP the Lion or the Tremp Protector bottom right away and tri-lane back, I think that could have been a way better situation. But instead, they just ignored it. They just went for the 2-1-2. I feel this is where BA really messed up because Necrophos is not going to have a terrible time against Nature's Prophet.
No. No, you can definitely go one away in that lane.
Exactly, and Magnus is not a terrible tri-laner. He's got freaking 90 damage level 1. He can last it and deny creeps. Then you got the Trent's Nature's Grasp, which is a really good counter spell. And then Ember level 1 is pretty trash too. So they really botched this game, I think, by not making the decision to tri-lane back and just secure the Magnus farm.
Yeah, I would agree. And now the towers start to crumble. 2 tier 2 towers gone. And more to come as they're looking to move into mid now. Moo going onto the Prophet right now, throwing him back into Fear, but unfortunately the kill's just taking too long and they're trying to bail on this one. Moo and Fear on the run. Frank trying to chase, gets, oh no, he got
is that?
the Sprout onto poor old Fear. Yul's out as well. See you later, buddy.
Dude, that range was insane, right? And the Lion is even like extremely fast. He's got 380 movement speed with his Tranquil Boost. He somehow chased him down and sprouted him.
Yeah.
Wow,
Nature's Prophet doesn't mess around.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Snaky actually went for Blink first instead of Meteor Hammer too.
Tower has fallen.
Not a whole lot of fighting potential.
Yeah, I feel like he just kind of wants to make the Hallelujah play with a Blink Overgrowth, maybe open something up for a huge RP. It's about all they can rely on at this point. They'll defend their high ground at the very least. You know, Aegis is going to end in 1 minute 30. I don't think Thunder Predator are going to go high ground before then. I think they want to control the map.
They need to kill people. Yeah, they just want to get more net worth up and then control the opponents.
Move, buddy. What are you doing? He's going for the solo kill onto Frank here, dropping the RP, trying to get himself away, but the homing missile will land, and now they turn around. Nice stun out from Fear. Is it enough to get Moo away, though? No, because the Sprout is out. The cooldown, the flak. Oh my god, 10 HP. He's dead. They've got him. Oh, man. And, yeah, old man Fear gonna die as well. Never mind, they're definitely going high ground now. Get up there, boys. Yep. Brax, quarter the low ground. Homing missile going to connect as well. MNZ gets on top, starting to right-click him down. He does have plenty of heals throughout for himself, at least. Well, they don't really care about Brax.
Lina's here.
They'll swap him back and kill him off all the same.
Damn, what a stomp.
They've smashed them. They've absolutely smashed them. What a phenomenal second game from Thunder Predator. This laning phase is just insurmountable lead.
Dude, 3 lanes. You lose 3 lanes. This is what happens every time. I don't think I've ever seen a competitive game where somebody lost, or at least in recent times, right? In old times, yes, there are games where you can lose 3 lanes and come back, but when the skill level is so close, it's just not possible to lose 3 lanes and still come back. Maybe 2, sure, there's a chance. 3,
Radiant's middle
Yeah, three. If you hard lose 3 lanes, it's really not possible. Which is probably the right thing, to be honest. Like, lane phase needs to carry some weight. Now they go in. Oh, here's a blink overgrowth. Is it going to set up for anything?
No RP, though.
Moo's ready with the blink, but it keeps getting cancelled. Maybe he can jump in now, but no, he gets a spirit vessel placed on him as well. Oh, snaking. The poor man just sitting on the front lines, like, please, I've held them still for so long. Surely we've got an RP eventually, but Matthew just will not let him get off that blink dagger. Moo basically doesn't have it. He's going to have to run all the way back to base, and the GGs are going to get popped. Game number 2, it goes to Thunder Predator in 23 minutes. What a great game from them. They just absolutely laid the smackdown onto Biz Associates here. Great stuff.
is under attack.
Yeah, definitely. Again, all I gotta say is they lost 3 lanes, and if you're gonna play this Magnus, you better protect this lane with some strong supports, because he will carry you if he gets farmed, and he's gonna farm faster than anybody else in this game. And secondly, if somebody comes to tri-lane you and you're a hero who doesn't want to move, you better tri-lane back. The moment they saw Brax, or the moment they saw the Nature's Prophet solo top and 3 bottom, I feel Snaking should have TP bottom. Or, on the other hand, Snaky could have started bottom, then TP top, the way Crazy does it, right? Every time Crazy play, they always start with 3 heroes in the safe lane, and then they TP